All right. Part 2 is here. If you missed part 1 or you just want a quick recap, here it is. My skateboard got stolen on Tuesday and I've been trying to get it back. The owner of this Instagram account is the person who stole my skateboard. They made the account to make periodic posts tagging me in them of my skateboard in various locations around campus and in the Treasure Valley to leave a little breadcrumb trail of clues and to taunt me and stuff. So using clues from this account and clues I've garnered, I've been able to kind of narrow down the suspect pool very significantly since then, and let's just dive right into where the new stuff begins. Last video ended with the second Instagram post this account made, which had a group of previously uninvolved freshmen. They're mostly lacrosse players, and the guy in the middle is holding my skateboard. Now, as soon as I released the video, SB Skateboard deleted the post, because clearly if I can see who these people are and they all know who took the picture, then that would be very bad. And then that would suck for me as an investigator, you know, if they deleted that post and I wasn't able to see that picture anymore, except I screenshotted it because I figured they would do that. And so I still have the picture. A lot of the pictures I put up on our board here are pretty dark because they were either taken at night or there's just a lot of darkness in them. So I'll throw that up on screen when I edit it later. You'll be able to see it just fine. I just needed to figure out the names of these people. I don't really hang out with freshman guys, but you know who does hang out with freshman guys? Freshman girls. So an anonymous contact gave me the contact info of the guy in the middle of the picture here who's holding the skateboard, because I figured who's better to talk to than the guy holding the skateboard? And I gave him a little call. I'm going to call the guy in the picture who was holding my skateboard, the second SB Skateboard account post. And from there, we will see if we can get this guy to confess, give me the name of the person who took the photo.
Hello?
Hey, is this Preston?
Yeah.
Hey, this is Grayson from NNU Campus Security. I'm calling because we got reports of like a stolen skateboard, and you were apparently in a picture holding it.
Yeah, I don't know. Someone told me to hold the skateboard, and so I did, and then they took a photo of me.
Well, I mean, it got reported to administration, and they're taking it pretty seriously because it's theft, you know. So, if you could give me the name of the person who gave it to you.
I know that I knew one of them. I want to say his name was Cade.
Okay.
I don't know his last name though.
Was there multiple?
Yeah. It was like a little friend group.
Now, you and I are both thinking at this point, it's Cade. It's got to be Cade. He was name dropped in the phone call. Clues lead to him, like a lot of clues lead to him. I mean, in the last video, we had at least 3 arrows pointing to him, and I think he was like the only guy that really had arrows pointing to him. So it's got to be him, right? That's what I was thinking. So what do? We have to keep an eye on him, watch where he goes. You know, if he makes any movements, we got to be there for it. That night, same night that I called Preston, SB Skateboard posts some new Instagram stories. This time, they're at the movie theater, seeing the Minecraft movie. Hilarious, I know, right? Haha. During all of this, Cade couldn't have been at the movie theater because he was playing at timeout. So this was Wednesday. The actual person behind the account was at the movie theater, right? I don't think so. Or at least I didn't think so. I had been kind of suspecting for like the last day or so that this account has to be delaying their posts because they don't want to be in the same location that they're posting from. Otherwise, I'll just recognize where they're at, go there before they can leave, and then just like catch them there. So that would be really dumb. I didn't think they would do that. And if that's the case, then Cade could still totally be our prime suspect. He just waited till he got back from the movie theater to make those posts. You know, it's totally plausible that they could have gone to the movie, gone back. It's only an hour and a half. So for now, Cade is the primo cream of the crop suspect here. Man, he's perfect. So we monitor him, keep an eye on his movements, follow him around. And the following day, 11 p.m. on Thursday the 18th, we spot Cade going to Sutherland with a whole backpack on. Why's he got a whole backpack? It's Easter weekend. There's no classes tomorrow. If you're sleeping over, you don't need a backpack. So what is so important that you're bringing over to Sutherland at 11 p.m. at night on Thursday? Highly suspect. So me and the boys grab a bunch of Nerf guns and we follow him over there. We had a sting operation.
This is the sting op. Cade Hunter moving to Sutherland. I don't know why he would be there unless he's scheming with some people and he has the board with him. So that's where we're headed right now. We got the arsenal. It's me, Zane, and Malachi, and we'll film more when we get there.
Yes, sir.
As I said so eloquently to Sammy, we about to pop a cap in his ass.
5 dead, 14 wounded.
Man was like a brother to me.
It's not Cade. Clearly,
that.
it was just a party.
Mm-hmm.
So, what were we saying? We were saying we think.
Tip leads to Sammy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what Andy said in his dying breaths.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the sting operation was a bust. It's a complete miss. It was just a pizza party. We got some cool pictures out of it though. Free pizza. I mean, that's great. In hindsight, there were several major warning signs that should have kind of alerted us to the fact that maybe Cade shouldn't be our prime suspect. And at this point, Cade doesn't have it. He doesn't know where it is. It's not him. He's involved from time to time, but it's not him. And the whole point is to find the person who has the board. It doesn't matter how many accomplices we track down. That's not going to actually get the skateboard back. Cade is a false lead. He could be a source of information, but that's the most that he is. Now, where did we mess up here? We tried to pull a sting op on the wrong dude, and we Nerf darts flew. People died. It was rough. Robert pulled out the Nerf guns, man. It was a whole Mexican standoff. Shout out Robert, by the way. But let's cover the mistakes that were made here. That morning, there was more posts by SB Skateboard that we really should have paid much closer attention to. That morning, posted this picture, which I'll throw up on screen. It's my skateboard with Samuel Allen chilling in an apartment somewhere, playing video games. Yay, my skateboard's a gamer now. And also that morning, Judah and Tanner missed masterclass recital, which I think Tanner was definitely supposed to sing in, but he forgot. Oh well, they were probably busy doing shenanigans with my skateboard somewhere on campus and lost track of time, forgot about masterclass. Happens to the best of us, Taking a closer look at this Instagram story here, we can deduce several things. First off, using my recent knowledge of Kirkheide and the recent open house tours that they let us do of the RA's apartments and such, I was able to look at this and go, hold on, this photo was taken in Kirk. Not only that, the kitchen island indicates that this could only have been one of the 4-person apartments on the western side of Kirkheide. The angle of the sunlight and the direction that the kitchen was facing, assuming that the picture wasn't flipped into mirror image, told us that it was one of the southern 2 apartments. The only remaining question was whether or not it was upstairs or downstairs. So we took a little trip. Okay, it's pretty windy out right now, but we're investigating the Kirkheide post. We think we have it narrowed down to 2 apartments.
Is there a plant in that window?
Shh. Yeah, it's this one. It's this one. It's this one. There's the same potted plant in here.
In the window?
On the counter. Same potted plant. You can see
anybody in
through
there?
there. No, there's no one. They're gone already. There's the Mad Villain bunch of album covers scaring the hoes. Wow, they have good music taste.
In the aftermath of the failed sting operation, Judah is the new prime suspect. Okay, so we just got back from our sting operation to Sutherland. It's suspicious. Turns out he's just at a pizza party, so fail. We're going to be a lot more careful next time we decide to move out and do something bold like that. So we've learned our lesson, but now we have to decide who is it actually, because he didn't have it, and he doesn't even know where it is. Andy and Cade, just like the first night it disappeared, we're there together, and they both don't have it. We're crossing them off, okay? But we still have all these other people to look for. Now, as we were shooting Andy with our Nerf guns, his dying sort of breath was spent giving us a little tip. He said it was Sammy. He said Sammy has our board. Now, if you watch the last video, you might not know who Sammy is. Sammy is previously uninvolved in this case. I didn't suspect him because he wasn't there that night and he hasn't done anything suspicious. And we just have to make sure we're covering our bases here. Now, obviously, the evidence, the things that we can demonstrably prove happened, point to Judah as our main culprit. Okay? Judah had the skateboard in his apartment. We know it was there, and he has strong connections, so it's probably, if, not in his possession, with someone very, very close to him. But we can't rule out the Samuel Thomas lead, and it might just be him. A lot of the people who, on here, who I've talked to, are kind of like, how have you not figured out who it is already? Because to them, it's obvious. They look at the spider web, they see all the right threads, and they ignore the threads that are unimportant. But to me, every thread is important here, and I have to, I have to consider everything. I was losing my mind. Immediately following this, Sammy, that's right, the nothing wrong with kissing homies guy, gets posted to SB Skateboard. This is like a major flag, but is it red or is it green? We're not really sure. Is he involved? After this, we kind of have to create a new MO, which is remember the person behind the camera. So Sammy being in front of the camera, pictured, we can't focus on that. We have to look at the clues that point to who is taking these pictures. That means looking at social ties, building psychological profiles. By the way, this is mad single guy activities, dude. By the way, a lot of people pointed out last time that I just said, I'm not sharing last names because of privacy. And yeah. And then I just dropped Cade Hunter's last name. So I don't care. I don't care. All of y'all deserve to be doxxed anyway. You doxed my apartment this morning, okay? So don't even... I'm dropping last names. I'm throwing your pictures up on the internet. You stole my skateboard. You deserve it. So this all just leads me to believe that Samuel Thomas is just another diversion by the skateboard mafia. And also, speaking of diversions, that same night, they made a post of a security guard in the fine arts saying, getting kicked out of the fine arts at 11:45 is crazy work. I looked into it. Got the schedule of that security guard in the photo, Ryan, found out he only works Sunday through Tuesday, not Thursdays. Does not work Thursdays like when this was posted on, so couldn't have been posted then. This just goes to prove that this account will delay posts, lead me on false trails, wild goose chases, even to the point where they will save pictures in advance up to multiple days just to throw me off. Crazy work. Supervillain level of dedication. It's nuts. Another potentially false lead that happened was the whole airport thing yesterday, where SB Skateboard made some Instagram posts of my skateboard at the Boise airport and was pretending to have it fly out to another city or out of state or something. I never really fell for this though. They never posted a picture of my skateboard behind TSA. Pretty obvious that whoever was running this account was just dropping one of their friends off at the airport. So yeah, I knew that terminal photo couldn't have been at a terminal because anyone who's been to the Boise airport multiple times knows that the terminals don't have walls like that. It's mostly floor-to-ceiling glass windows, and what is actually in the picture looks a lot like the little waiting area by where you leave the airport. And of course, later that night, they posted the skateboard back on campus, and then this morning, the skateboard right in front of my apartment while I was asleep. So more taunting, more super villainy by SB Skateboard, back at it once again, here to be the most absolutely devious, devilish person God's created. So now with the somewhat obvious confirmation that SB Skateboard is just a completely highly unreliable source of information, we need to take a step back, right? And go, what do we actually know? What can we actually prove? We need to reevaluate the evidence, because as long as we're just reacting to things that happen, we're not going to get the skateboard. We have to be steps ahead, establish patterns in our culprits, way or mode of operating, and then actually go ahead, predict their movements, try to catch them there before they get there. We also need to start treating the culprit as a group with resources and knowledge of multiple people. Sure, one person has the skateboard, but it's clear that this person has all of the knowledge of people like Cade, Grace, Tanner, Andy, all of the other people in the last video, because they're collaborating, they're working together. They probably have like a group chat, and this is like the funniest thing that's happened to them all year. And then, of course, we just need to ask ourselves more simple questions like, where does the most evidence lead to? And we really just need to keep it simple, concrete, and demonstrable. What can we prove? What can we really prove? We can't prove like 90% of the stuff that this account posts. But there are a few things that we do know. We know the skateboard was at Judah's apartment on Thursday. And of course, there's a lot of information that I'm leaving out of this video. If you pay close attention to things around campus, you might see where my investigation is going or where this is all headed, but I'm not going to state it explicitly here because I got to keep the ops on their toes. There's actually a lot that I'm leaving out of this video because I don't want some of my methods, my informants, or really just my techniques of investigation to be exposed here because, you know, loose lips sink ships, as they say. To SB Skateboard, I'm watching you. I'm going to find you. And when I do, there will be justice. Also, formal apology to Savannah. I kind of like jumped her in the Fine Arts building on Wednesday and like accused her of being part of the cabal because I got a tip from somebody that said she knew something. It was a bad tip. Sorry about that. My bad. Didn't mean to besmirch your good name, but you know, it's a crazy world out there. I gotta take every little ounce of information, every little clue I get. So. Yeah, I think that's about it. I don't know what else to say here. If you find my skateboard, let me know, because I want it back. I better get it. Anyway, I don't know, like and subscribe yourself, SB Skateboard, and have a great day.